Hi, I'm Ned, and I've started streaming. This is a recording from my live stream over on twitch.tv/NedMakesGames. I'm live most Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10 a.m. US Eastern Time. I'd love to see you there. Alright, let's get started. Hey everybody, I hope you've all had a great day since last stream. Yeah, sorry I'm a bit late this morning. I had some technical difficulties, but I think it's all fixed up now. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so last time we were working on hand animations and I pretty much fixed them all up. There's a little bit, you can see, they pretty much work, but they don't get initialized super well. So the first time they go to catch a ball, usually their hands start behind the body. So maybe we'll try to fix that. But yeah, they catch the balls pretty well. No, one issue is that when it rotates, the ball rotates like immediately, whereas the hands try to smoothly catch up. So that does look a little funny. Probably I just need to smooth out the rotation a little bit. Hey Sprite Crater, thanks for coming by. How are you doing this morning? But yeah, so I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah, we can probably still tweak it a lot. Excuse me, because what like the interpolators I use, they use the same speed when they're speeding up and slowing down, and sometimes it's nice to have different speeds for that. And also it's all linear right now, so might want to try to fix that. Oop, I thought I fixed this bug. Sometimes the lines don't work. So it says there's an at 134. Oh, let's see. There's no. It says there's must be non-negative and less than the size, but it says that happens at the end of the frame or the end of the function, which doesn't do well. Are you doing well? Yeah, thank you. So I guess probably one of these is messing up. Yeah, okay, so let's go over some of the changes I made off stream. Basically, I changed this to, instead of using a throw ID, it gives a bomb ID, and that's so I can support the inter throw states, which are handled a little differently. And then I also I realized I was using the same interpolator for all 4 gophers, which doesn't work. So I moved the interpolators onto the actual hand animator object, which simplified this a little bit as well. But it seems like this position isn't working correctly. Maybe it has to do with it being flipped again. But the hands seem to start like on the opposite side of where they should. That looks a little better. Anyway, like I said, we can tweak that a lot, but I think okay, well, let's get smooth rotation of the gopher bodies, and then we'll move on to making the potato. And then hopefully maybe we can get started on the landscape. But I guess first let's fix that weird bug that happens when the bomb explodes. So all I have to do is change this to 1, and then every bomb will explode in 1 second. Okay. Yeah, so the weird thing is that it says that the exception happens at the end of the function, which doesn't make any sense. Okay, so I think the easiest way... okay. So the holding bombs... Yeah, that's gotta be the bomb ID. Okay, let's... Okay, this is gonna be kind of annoying, since the exception handling is not being super helpful. I think we're gonna have to kind of do it ourselves. Okay, so yeah, we'll have to look and see which one of these is going out of bounds. Oh, except I put those at the wrong spot. Oh, okay. There we go. That's the correct way to do it. All right. Okay, so here. Okay, so the holding bomb, it says, is 2. Oh, okay. So yeah, the problem is this holding bomb gives a bomb ID, which is not necessarily the index in the list. Yeah, so I need to do the same thing. Get the bomb index. That was... Okay, so that should fix it. And that's just because we have to... The bomb list... Like, since bombs explode and spawn, we don't know exactly where they'll be in the list. Okay. Let's speed it up just a little bit, just to make sure that there's no problems. Okay. I have to say, doing this procedural animation was pretty fun. I'd like to do some more of it. All right. So, oh yeah, so facing manager. So pretty much what I need to do is just have something that manages like smoothing this rotation instead of just setting it right here. The only issue is you can't really interpolate between quaternions. So yeah, doing smooth rotations is always kind of annoying. But one thing is we know that the oak rotations will always be on a flat plane, so we can kind of just interpolate based on the angle around the y-axis. Of course, then you always have to worry about if it's, you know, moving like clockwise or counterclockwise, and then you have the boundary around 360. So it's kind of annoying, but it's unnecessary. I don't think so, because identity is not the default. Maybe it is in Unity's code, but anyway, all right, so how do I want to do that? I guess I should just make an angle interpolator class. Okay, so yeah, this is not gonna be quite as easy as I hoped, because yeah, angles are always annoying to work with, but okay, and then all right, so I'm not gonna worry about like acceleration or anything, I don't think. So I like how some math says get the sine or the cosine. I'm like, okay, how do I get the angle then? I feel like they assume if you're using cosine and sine that you already know how to get the angle. But nope, yeah, it's not always obvious. Rotations are, especially in 3D space, are always like really difficult to work with. Trying to think of the best way to handle it. Okay, so this gives me a quaternion. So I need to transform that. Okay, so let's see again. Okay, we can get the Euler angles from the quaternion, but sometimes that's not the most always stable. I guess we can just try and see how that looks. Because like last time I'm pretty sure you can't interpolate between quaternions. Oh, you can do something called a slurp, but the problem is we don't know. We don't really want to interpolate between them. We want to like move towards one. Yeah. So yeah, you can interpolate between them, but I want to have like a rotation like speed. Let's see. Okay, well I guess that means the easiest way to do this would actually just be to keep track of like the start and the finish quaternion, and then just do slurp between them, and then I'll just need to figure out like the period, which that'll work fine, I think, because I'm not gonna do like an acceleration. So let me see. Can you? Oh, it's right here, and funny, Unity comes up by default. Okay, so there is a... Okay, so basically we'll just need to define a speed. Yeah, so this will work a little different than the other interpolators, but I think it will be okay. Okay. In fact, I think I'll just call it something different. Yeah, because these methods don't really care about where it started, but... Let's see. Turn in... Oh, Unity actually does have this. Okay, well, why did I think... Because I thought I tried to do this before, but it was hard to do. Maybe I was trying to do something with like angular momentum or something. I don't remember. Okay, well then that makes this a little simpler. Okay, so I guess it's a... Well, this will be a quaternion interpolator then, I guess. Okay, so yeah, hopefully this will work fine. Then on the character model, let's add the... So this will be rotation interpolator. Oh, okay, I guess I'll call it facing because that's what I have called it here. Okay, so model dot facing interpolator, update. And then player model transform patient equals facing dot at. Okay. Wait. There we go. So this should handle smoothly interpolating it if the math is correct. Now I need to go to here and let's give it a speed. Let's do 38 degrees a second. I think that's kind of slow. Okay, yeah, that looks good. I'm just watching to see if I notice any weird problems. Okay, we'll have to see how it looks, but I don't think it'll happen right now because of the way the AI works, but yeah, when the character or when a character rotates, the target that the ball is moving to also moves, so it'll look like the ball kind of changes direction mid-air. I don't know if that'll really be noticeable, but I might want to make it so that like the position that the characters hold the ball is static so that it doesn't move around. Um, which I guess if I wanted to do that, all I'd have to do is make instead of rotating the entire model, we just rotate the body. Do I not have a reference to that? Okay. And then when I start here, I want to go ahead and update each player to face in their starting. Yeah, make them face their starting position. Okay, so yeah, we'll just go ahead and set the at position to this to initialize it. And then I'll rotate the model and then the entire transform so that the hold position will be rotated directly in front. All right, and now I need to update the prefab so that this has the reference that. Okay, so yeah, you can see right here that even when the gopher was facing another way, the ball still was in front of him. Yeah, like right there, which I think it looks okay. Yeah, I think it looks fine. It'll make the bombs not move in the air, so we can always change it back if I need to, but or have some kind of smarter control over the bomb trajectory. The only other thing I want to fix is that when it starts, the hands like they're inside the body. So I'm not sure why that happens. I'm guessing it's the ready orientation. So okay, well the thing is, when I in the start method I'm trying to initialize it, but it doesn't actually set these positions. So let's see. And it still annoys me that for some reason forward position is like flipped, but I don't really want to. It's only graphical, so I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Okay, so why do they think they're holding something? Okay. Oh, I guess I need to initialize this interpolation, maybe. Oh, it's because the start distance is close. Okay, so I need to be smarter with this one, probably. Let's see. If I put this to 3, does it work? Because that's the actual like ring's radius, but I don't really like hard coding it. But yeah, at least at that it looks correct. All right. Kind of watching to see if there's any more bugs. Okay, I think it's fine. I mean, this is kind of hacky. I'm actually a little surprised that it works because I guess this runs after the initialization, so the body's already been rotated the correct direction. And also this is like hard coded, so if I ever switched the ring radius, it might not work, but I guess we'll leave it for now. Because it'll be kind of complicated because I don't really want the hand animator to have to know about so much information about the stage, so I'd probably need to make some specific, I guess the hand animator manager would have a way to set that itself, but anyway. Okay, so I guess we're done with gopher hands for now. Actually, I think we're pretty much done with the gopher. If I have time, I'd like to do like make the body look a little better by adding like a normal map. So there's a little bit of shape to his face. And then I want to make like little hats and scarves and stuff that the players can equip, but I don't really know if I'll have time to do that kind of thing. But it's a long-term idea. Yeah, so right now we need to do the rest of the art for sure. I guess we'll start with the potato. All right, let's see. So one thing I wanted to see was get some inspiration for like how to make the potato look like it's flaming. But still, so we need like a toon shader fire. I mean, to me, That's pretty, but I don't really know if it's like Toon Shader-ish. Okay, so I guess we'd have to do something like this, I'm kind of thinking. Yeah, these potatoes are definitely hot anyway. Okay, yeah, that is nice. So we can... Okay, so I know we can do something like that. I don't really know if... Okay, so interesting. It seems like they're like combining this and this together to make this. That looks pretty good. Okay, well, we might try something, but with a bunch of noise and see how it looks. Yeah, I guess if we like do a couple scrolling noise textures and then like posterize it so that yeah, we like clamp the height map to these steps and then we can color that. That should look pretty toony. This looks pretty good too. Oh, yeah, I like how they did like a sine wave offset to make it wave back and forth and flicker. Okay. Yeah, I guess the other thing for the hot potato is it's also going to be flying through the air, so we'll need to make some kind of I guess like air resistance to it so it kind of lags behind the potato. So that should be interesting to do. Okay, so the actual potato itself, I don't know if I want to make it just a sphere. I mean, I guess we all know what potatoes look like, but okay. I guess, yeah, maybe something like this. It needs to be roughly spherical so that the hands know how to grab onto it. Um, and then, yeah, the texture, we could just have a bunch of little spots. You don't need to be careful about the seam. Okay. Let's see. I guess let's start in Blender. Make a little potato shape. Okay. That's way more than we'll need. Okay. That's not super potato-like. I think, the scaling a sphere is not going to work because it needs to be kind of more like a tube. So maybe the way to do it... Yeah, and also we don't really want these poles right there. Let's delete all that. Maybe we should start with a cube actually, and then smooth the cube. Okay, yeah, that's definitely more how I was thinking. Okay, it needs to still be pretty spherical though, so I don't want to make it too oblong because yeah, the hands basically will attach to this side of it. Okay, and then the fire will pop out of the top here. Okay, I think this is pretty good. And then for smooth shading, I think I can do that. That actually seems about the right size. Okay, so obviously now we need UVs. I wonder, maybe we can just do triplanar mapping, but that seems a bit overkill. I wonder if I just... Okay, no, there'd be a lot of ugly seams, probably. Alright, let's see. What's the best way to unwrap this? I mean, I could put seams like here and then around the bottom. Maybe the best way would be around the top and the bottom. And then just be careful. Well, because I'm going to put spots, but then if I just am careful not to put spots around the edge, you won't really be able to see the seams. I think that's how I'll have to do it. I guess the other option is I could make like, this whole loop be connected and then the sides are separate. I don't know what would look better. So in that case, the seam would be like right here. Let's try this actually. Maybe I'm trying to think like what will the player see the least often? They're gonna be looking at the top. And maybe if I just put something there and then let's see how well this will unwrap. Okay, it's not how what I had in mind. Okay, cube projection is just going to basically put a seam on each of these corners. I thought Smart UV Project would follow my seams, but it doesn't really seem like it is. Maybe I just need to do Unwrap. Oh, okay, so Unwrap is what follows the seams. Oh, that's not too bad. And then we can use this texture space a little better. If we rotate it. Okay. Yeah, and then the fire, we don't really need to save space on here because we're going to use separate noise textures for that. And what about... Okay, we'll figure that out when it comes, when the time comes, but I probably am going to need to make like a fire cross mesh up here, but we'll see. I guess I could do the fire as particles. I think that'll be difficult to do and make it look toony, but we can see. Okay, now how... So what I want to do now is maybe... I guess I could do this in Substance Painter. I guess I want to make a substance that looks like a toony potato. And then in Substance Painter we can bake it onto this texture. I guess that would get rid of the seams as well. That's probably the best way to do it. Okay, so save. Alright. Alright, so basically what I want to do here is just make like random spots. This should not be too difficult, I hope. Alright, so disk, I actually want, so I want this to kind of have a gradient, and then once we've scattered the shape over the texture, we can posterize it or give it a ramp. So I guess cone. What's it called? Tile. Okay, so the pattern is input. So I do want some randomness to the size. Okay, yeah, the position can be Very random. They're too small right now and there's too many, but we can fix that. I guess hair rotation, that's good. Okay, I don't need any color. Okay, so make it. So when you change the amount, it also scales everything up. Okay, so this one. Okay, well right now this looks kind of weird, but I think when we posterize it, these ones are kind of joined together will merge to make a big spot. So I think that will look good actually. But I think there's maybe still too many. Okay. Okay, I'm not sure how to do a toon ramp type thing in Substance Designer. Probably, I would guess there's some way to do it. I mean, I can write a pixel processor myself, but posterize. Oh, there's a quantize filter, okay. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. Okay, maybe 5. So right now they're still too regular. Let's add maybe a distortion. What's it called? A warp. Not extreme enough. No, that's not looking right. Okay, well, I don't know. That's not too bad. I think I need to actually see it on the potato. Also, I need to... Maybe I should just leave it smooth, because now that I think about it, we have the smooth lines here, and I want the potato to have the same style. So... maybe this is fine. I do kind of wish that they weren't all like perfect spots though. Because these didn't blend together as much as I hoped. Can you like... Okay, so maybe we should just do additive instead of maximum. I think that will make it... Yeah, that's better for sure. funny. No, that's not doing anything. Okay. Basically, I think this is too fine grained. So, wait, maybe I should posterize the clouds or quantize. No, that doesn't help much. Okay, well, anyway. Okay, so now I just need to color this. I'd kind of like to be able to pick the color for each of these levels. Trying to think the best way to do that. I guess let's just start with a gradient. Okay, I guess I can in effect pick each of these colors because this middle one is in the, since we only have 3 colors here, I can just choose each of these and that kind of decides the colors for each of the levels. Okay, so how do I want to... Okay, so the thing about the potato is it's really close in color to the actual gopher, which is a bit unfortunate. But I guess it is gonna have fire on top, so that will help a little bit. I'm just trying to think. I guess I could make it like one of those reddish potatoes. Or I mean, technically it'd be baked, so I could make it darker brown. I think. Yeah, see, there's some variety. Obviously, when I think of potato, I think of this color, but let me bring this to another window so I can color pick it. Can I not? It's annoying. Oh, here. Let's actually just delete the middle one and then we can just add it back. Okay, so, oops. Yeah, we'll need to edit these. I just kind of wanted to get a start. Ruin that one. I don't know. This is looking a little too pinkish. Technically, although we did see that there are potatoes that are colored that way, I think it just looks too weird. Okay, well, let's just go with this and see. Actually, I think I want to increase the size of the spots. Okay, something like that. All right, and now I just need to do color output. All right. Okay, so let's. I hope Substance Painter doesn't crash my computer while OBS is up. But we'll give it a go. I'll go ahead and close Blender. That was pretty simple. I think it's fine with me now. All right, so select. Oh, right, it doesn't take blend files, right? Okay, so gotta just export the potato into FBX. Right, let's start with that. We're not gonna do any normal mapping for now. Okay. Okay, so I'm very new to Substance Painter, so I also wasn't expecting to use it on stream, so obviously. Yeah, I was trying to change, or remember how to change the lighting. I guess it doesn't really matter. All I want to do is just import that potato texture, place it on here, and then bake it so that there's not seams. Okay, alright, so what I'm trying to remember how to do is import this material that I've made in Substance. Yeah, it's not there. Okay, maybe this was it. So open. Didn't do it. Okay. Substance painter import substance. File import. Thought that's what I was doing. Okay, maybe you can't import. Just a substance file, and I have to like export out the substance AR file. Oh gosh, I did this before in another project, and it seemed to be pretty easy. So I think I'm messing something up. Okay, so I have it selected. I click open, but it still doesn't show anything. Okay, let's see. Can I like just drag it in here? This is what I had to do. Okay. Okay, maybe that's the reason I messed up. That's not working. Did I not? Because I have to set. Yeah, the components. I looked at this program. It falls under art, and there are two things I shouldn't do. One of them is art. Yeah, well, Substance Designer and Substance Painter are really complicated. but they're also pretty powerful, so yeah, so I've taken some time to learn them, but obviously I don't have everything ironed out, especially with Substance Painter. Okay, so I guess base color. So maybe that was the issue. I hadn't tagged it to work. Let's see. %50 power and 2 times usability. I definitely get that. Yeah, I kind of like the shader graph you can kind of use to do some procedural materials. A lot like Substance Designer. I feel like it's easier to use. It's not quite so overwhelming. Sometime I'd like to look into making a tool that allows you to like bake a shader graph, which would make it a lot like Substance Designer, but who knows when I'll have the chance to do that. Okay, so for some reason I can't just import the Substance file. Yeah, taking the output of a texture, putting it, or the output of a shader, putting it into a texture and moving the shader all together. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Because like I did that grass lawn and then also that sand dune shader graph, which they're nice for prototyping, but since it calculates the color like every frame, they're not the most efficient. So you could kind of solve that issue by exporting it to a texture, which is kind of what I was what originally gave me the idea to do that. Okay, let's try this again. So it still says undefined. Because it's just a texture. I'm not really sure why it was having such issues, but let's delete this one. Oh, come on. What am I doing wrong? Okay, there we go. Okay, so I can see the seams. Your sprite recolor shader and the shader graph does 3 color mask evaluations. Okay, well that shouldn't be too bad. I mean, because the lit shader graph calculates or samples the texture like 4 times. That's usually kind of my base. Okay, I can't remember. Oh, there we go. It's Alt. So yeah, we can still see the seams. Okay, yeah, so I guess my hope to do this in Substance Painter to remove the seams, it's not quite happening. Let's see. Yeah, now that I think about it, yeah, that's not. I shouldn't be surprised because it still uses the UVs. Let's see. Well, is there some way I can have it do... Oh yeah, so if I change it to triplanar, let's see how that looks. Okay, that's not too bad, except I don't really like the gradient. This one looks better because there's no gradient, although it's stretched at the sides. Is it also mirrored? Yeah, I think. This might be better. Let's see. Spherical actually might be the best for this. We get some weird bits right there, but... actually, I don't know. Oh, it does this. Let's look. Okay, so it only samples once. Oh, I see. So it lets you change the colors. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I bet that looks really nice. It gives you a lot of adjustability. Excuse me, adjustability to your sprites. Yeah, I should, because I used to pretty much only make 2D games, but I've been trying to expand to 3D lately. But I haven't had much chance to play with sprites in the shader graph, so it'd be, I should maybe go look into that again. Okay, so what do I like? I mean, okay, triplanar is a no because the gradients don't work well. Yeah, this, if we use the UVs, we'll get seams. Working on that system. Flipbook is amazing. It does either animate all 6,000 images without a single animator. Yeah, that is really cool. Okay, well, planar I think looks the best. I wonder if I can change. Okay, so you can do rotate. Yeah, so if I rotate it smartly. So I'm not really too worried about the top and the bottom having these kind of weird artifacts because the top is going to be covered with fire and the bottom won't really be seen. So I think this might be okay. It is a shame that the left and right are mirrored, but again, I don't really know if that will be very obvious. This part's kind of ugly, but... I don't know. Yeah, we can try to make this prettier. But I think I might just go with it for now. Plus, your images are 24 layers of sprites stacked on top of each other. Wow, that is a lot. Requires a separate camera and a render texture to compile the sprite into a single texture. That is pretty cool, though. Looks like a potato to you. Okay, well, that's good. I'm glad it looks like a potato. I just kind of Yeah, I don't like this stretching right here, but like I said, it's not going to be super obvious. I don't really know how often the player will be able to look down this side of the potato and see that it's mirrored. You always thought potato was spelled with an E. Yeah, I know. I sometimes spell it like that by accident. It'd be nice if English had a little bit more regular rules, but okay. Well, I think this is best we can do for now. Yeah, we might be able to make it better later, but let's export the textures. Okay, well, no, I don't want that. Let's. I don't know why it's exporting to that random folder and not the one that the file's saved in, but okay. We pretty much. Yeah, I just have only the color. Phonetic English is better, but convoluted. Yeah, that's true. It looks, yeah, it doesn't really work since we're kind of used to spelling stuff a certain way. So it's confusing. Okay, so if I want to only do color, do I have to make my own template, I guess? Okay, so output maps, BA. I guess just do that. And this will be albedo. Okay, did I do that right? I think that's linked up. Okay, so how come it's still making me export all that stuff? I guess. Oh, okay. Okay, that's hopefully this does it. Well, that's wonderful. There's an error, and it's not going to tell me unless I look up a log file. It doesn't tell me where the log file is. Okay, I thought it wasn't working how I expected. I thought that I would just like tell it to export the base color in the RGB. Okay, there we go. Is that right? It doesn't really have any indication that that's what's happening. Okay, there we go. Don't know why that was so difficult. Okay, there. Okay. I think figured that out. Anyway, obviously I have a lot to learn about Substance Painter. But we got it done. Okay, there it is. I was gonna say, where is the texture I just made? Okay, so now let's make a potato material. Why are there? Oh, one is the FBX and one is the blend file. Okay, and this will be our standard toon shader. Oh, it's named weirdly. Okay, and then the normal map. We'll just put 0, and then this could be neutral gray. Actually, yeah, this potato shouldn't really be shiny. Okay, and then we need to give it the ramp texture. Okay, there we go. Okay, I actually like the color. It's different enough from the gopher. Yeah, and again, the stretching is a little annoying, but maybe it won't be too bad with the, because we're gonna have the fire on top, so hopefully it won't be that noticeable. Okay, so let's add. Put this potato as a prefab. And then, this doesn't have anything on it. So I can just make the bomb prefab be the potato. Okay, and then in the scene, let's see how that looks. Okay, well, it's gigantic. Okay, and also we need to rotate it the correct way. All right. Let's delete this real quick, because oh no, I probably shouldn't do it like that. I want to yeah, I should have done this differently, but I want to parent it differently. So prefab, let's unpack it completely and then delete the old one. In fact, I'll go ahead and I can delete these old prefabs just to clean things up. Okay. Okay, so how come this character is not, like, the potato is, like, gigantic? Okay, I think it's because in the game I've shrunk the characters down to half. So I guess I'll do the same here. Alright, and then that. Okay, yeah, so that's a better size. Okay, so that looked... Yeah, I need to rotate it, and then I need to change... Because you can see that this one of the fingers gets stuck inside the potato because it's not exactly circular, so I need to change the way that the hands rotate to try to grab onto it. Right now they kind of try to be smart to like by assuming that the potato is completely circular. So probably the easiest way to do it is to have like a separate radius for touching the skin, and then for calculating the... I don't know, that wouldn't work. I maybe should just set like a hard-coded rotation for the hands when they touch the skin, because I'll always touch it at the same position. Yeah, I guess we could raycast. The potato doesn't have any colliders though. I guess we could do that. Oh, actually, I think... No, yeah, it doesn't have any colliders right now. Yeah, that would be one way to do it. I don't know if that would make things easier or more difficult, but I think I want to do the fire first, and yeah, get the potato set up, moving right, and then once that's all done, we'll see what I need to do to the hands. Okay, so... Okay, so this bomb positioner already tries to position the bomb. I guess this could also handle rotation. Okay, I was gonna say, I guess we don't really have to do any smoothing because the rotation is just always gonna match the rotation of the player that's holding it, or the direction that it's moving. What is this doing? Oh, I see. It's just setting the position on held bombs. Okay. Let's clean that up a little bit. Alright, no, that is alright. Okay, so I guess I actually do need the player because I need basically this bomb game object needs to match the rotation of the player. Okay, this is gonna be. Let's see how this works. I'm afraid that the the rotation of the bomb is gonna be opposite of the player because of that weird backwards rotation thing. Oh. What? This is not changing. But it only changes when it touches this one? Okay, maybe it is changing, you just can't tell because it's symmetrical. Obviously... So, just negating the problem is negating a quaternion I don't think is the same. Well, maybe it is. Let's see how this is. Okay, I kind of thought you can't just do that. What should I do here? Maybe, let's just watch the bomb game object and see. Okay, so it's set to 90 degrees, and it stays 90. It should have been... Okay, I don't know how it gets 45, and it doesn't always update. Oh, because I is the holding bomb index, not the player. So that was a silly mistake. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't. It's not supposed to match the body. It should match the rotation of the held anchor. Which is fine. So right now it's not smooth, obviously, but at least gets sort of updated correctly. Okay, that's going to be an issue. Because see here, like if they throw it straight across, it flips when they hold onto it. But the thing is, trying to think how to explain it. So like it starts at 0 degrees here, and then it can stay that way even when this one holds it. But the game will flip it to 180 because that's the way that the one on the far side is oriented. So I think we're gonna have to introduce some kind of, I guess, state into it so it knows that it doesn't have to flip it if it's exactly 180 degrees. So it's gonna need to be kind of smart to tell like. Okay, so like what ideally what it should do is when the character is holding it, whenever the character rotates, it just rotates as well. And then when it's thrown, it doesn't change rotation. Because it'll just stay how it was. Can you check how much it's trying to turn, and if it's greater than a certain amount, don't rotate it that way? Yeah, it might be a good way to do it. I think to help me visualize it, I'm gonna put like a sphere or something on the hold anchor so I can see exactly what's happening. Okay, so that never changes. That's the position that the potato always hits. Yeah, so it never changes rotation actually. Okay, so maybe what I should do is like when the potato is leaving, is like being thrown, it should just like smoothly rotate in the direction that it's being thrown. But then besides that, the rotation is just left alone. Okay, well then it also needs to rotate when it's being caught to rotate like I guess in line with the held anchor. I don't think, yeah, that shouldn't be too hard to do in that way. I don't have to, well, I guess I still kind of have to have state maybe, but. Okay, so maybe I should just have a whole other class that handles this. I just realized I don't set the bomb's position when it's being held. Seems to not cause an issue, but. Okay, so basically how I would do it is when the progress, or when it's certain distance from the character, then when it's being, okay. So when it's a certain distance from the thrown character, it will be rotated into like the travel direction, and then when it's being caught, it will be rotated into the caught direction. But then I need to make sure that doesn't like you said, rotate too far. So it needs to go to the closest angle. Okay. Oh, yeah, I always forget about that, but you're right. That'd probably be a better way to do it. Oops. Okay. Okay, so here this is simple. Actually, the rotation is always just going to be, because falling from the sky, so it's just the hold anchor rotation. Only works if not using local stuff. Okay, that's good to keep in mind. We're using all world space here, so that works out. Okay, yeah, this was pretty hastily put together. Okay, so that's fine. All right, let's see. To get yeah, so start throw rotation, and then we'll want an in throw and then a mid throw, and then we'll just interpolate those depending on the progress. Oh no, that was right before. Okay, so the start throw again is the hold anchor rotation of the starting player. So for that, we'll just need the player ID. Okay, and the mid throw rotation is the direction between the player and the target. And then the in throw, just the hold anchor of the target player. But each of these we need to, since like the potato is symmetrical around the z-axis, we need to find, basically we need to check both directions and pick the one that's closest to the current rotation. So that means we need the current rotation. That also means that this held bomb needs to do the same thing, where it only picks the rotation that's closest to the current one. I think if I don't do that, it'll do like weird, like 180-degree rotations in air. Let's see. Pick closest. I mean, also, all these rotations are always in the XZ plane, so maybe to make things simpler, maybe I should only use the Y rotation, but I guess the only issue with that is that we'd have to keep track of the Y rotation of the bomb. I mean, maybe that would be worth it. Also, yeah, when you move towards... Okay, I think it's better probably if we keep it with quaternions because it's hard to do a move towards an angle as well because of the 360 loop. Okay, so... Okay, we can probably make this way more efficient, but... So float, distance, or... Yeah, I guess distance is fine. Equals quaternion, angle... So yeah, and then we need to check the absolute value of both of these. Oh yeah, because it actually gives the angle, not the distance. So I guess since distance should always be positive, let's do that here because that way these variable names make sense. So if distance A is less than distance B, then we'll return A. Otherwise, we'll return B. Again, I'm pretty sure that there's a better way to do this, but let's just make this work and we can try to make it more efficient later. Okay, so the get start throw rotation is got for player. Oh, we don't need that. We just need the hold anchor. Oh, right. It's model then. Okay, so that is A. And then B is this rotated 180 degrees in the Y axis. Is there... Let's see. Is there an easier way just to invert a quaternion? Okay, so there is like an algorithm for it. I wonder if Unity has a function. Okay, there is an inverse. Okay, that's probably better to use. Okay, so now it should pick the closest between those two. Thanks, Sprite Creator. Okay, so the mid-throw rotation is the direction from the start to the target player, which we have that position helper to figure out. Wait, we don't need that actually. We just need to get the hold anchors of both of the players and then find the difference in their positions and then do a look at rotation. Okay. Okay, so it's target minus start. We gotta normalize that and then pass vector 3 up. Okay. Yeah, there's definitely a better way to calculate this inverse because we could just flip that, but okay. And then the end throw is the same as the start throw, just the target player. Okay, so here we can just use that. Oh, okay, I guess I still need it. All right, so let's see if this works. Okay, so far so good. Oh, I think did it? I couldn't tell if it's still flipped or not. Okay, unfortunately it did flip. So the closest thing isn't working because, yeah, so what should have happened is it should have seen that one was basically 0 angles difference and then the other one was 180 degrees difference and picked the 0 angle degree one. Or, yeah, 0 degree angle one. And the math seems right. Don't know how useful this will be, but I could do a debug log here. let's see what this prints out. It could be that inverse isn't working right. Like you can't use it for rotations or something. I'm not sure. Okay, let's see. So 180 to 180 is 0. 180 to 180 is 0. Yeah, so A and B, this should be negative 180. Let's see if we get any differences. 180 to 90 is 90. 180 to... Okay, so it works there. It worked. Okay, for some reason... Wait. So 0 to 0 is 0, and then 0... Okay, sometimes the inverse doesn't work. Seems to, I think it gets confused whenever it's 0, 0, 0. Because I guess technically the inverse of no rotation is no rotation. Although, is this really... Okay, so I guess I do have to do that thing where I just rotate around the y-axis, which I guess is fine. It's just, yeah, if I ever change it so that we don't rotate, like I have a slope or something, then this won't work anymore, but I guess I can try to guard against that by changing this to get backwards rotation. Which would just be Q times... I mean, we could do like Euler or angle axis around the up vector as well. That would fix that as well, but probably overkill at this moment. I spelled that wrong. Should an inverse just alter the matrix of the quaternion directly rather than requiring math? Yeah, I guess that's kind of what's happening. It's not really giving me the inverse rotation, which is what I need, but yeah, it's actually just giving me the inverse of the quaternion in that if we multiplied it with itself, we would get the identity. Yeah, so it's not really what I need. Okay, so 90. Okay, that worked that time. It's not, yeah, it didn't flip. Okay, good. Alright, so let's comment this out. Okay, so okay, so we got the held bomb, and we can do the same thing. Although, yeah, we don't really have to do that with the inter game throw. We could just set it to the rotation. But this one is the part that we need to interpolate between the three positions based on how far it is. So let's do far position equals that, and then we can handle the rotation down here. You kind of know maths is nothing applicable, nothing beyond algebra. Yeah, like I said, I forget if it was you or who I was talking to about it, but yeah, and they tend to not teach a whole lot of super applicable math in school, but you pick up a lot from programming anyway, especially graphics. Okay. So I guess I'll just get all of these quaternions. So start rotation. Good. Technically we don't need all of them probably, but okay. Yeah, I'm gonna need these player indexes, so start player. Arlo, wait. Okay, so I'm kind of doing that thing again where the hold index. Okay, so this is an interesting thing. So the hold index should actually not be attached to the player, should it? It should just be attached to that position. Because, like I said, if the players move, then the hold index would move. But I kind of think I'm not going to worry about that now because that complicates things a lot. And it doesn't affect anything except for this graphics math. So yeah, if I want to change that, we'll just have to make a smarter bomb positioner. Okay, so I think I'll just hard code in some stuff. So we just need to blend these three, excuse me, rotations together. All right, so if throw dot progress, let's say less than a quarter of the way, then we'll set the rotation to quaternion slurp. Start rotation, mid rotation. I guess actually we'll set this to the mid rotation. And then the value will be throw dot, I guess, saturate. Let's just use smooth step. Actually, it should be the other way around. So saturate first and then smooth step. Progress divided by 0.25. Oh, okay, so yeah, so now I don't need, yeah, I forgot I don't have to saturate that. So it'll be 0.25. Okay, and then else if throw.progress is greater than 0.75, then we do the same thing except and then I could do 1 minus progress. Okay, so now bomb, game object, set position and rotation. All right, so let's hope this works. Probably going to need to change some of those values a bit so that the hands match well with it. Oh, yeah. Perfect. Yeah, actually, I'm surprised how well that looks on the first try. Yeah, it's a little like floaty. I mean, you can tell it's not actually like physics, but I think that's kind of okay because, I don't know, it kind of goes with the charm. I mean, nothing about this art style looks realistic anyway, so. Just need to get rid of the awkward stare they give each other after the throw. Yeah, that's true. I had forgotten. I need to make, like, I need to hook up their faces to actually animate because I have the different, like, frames. Maybe we'll work on that pretty soon. I think I want to try the fire. Also, it'll look better because the AI right now is kind of weird. It picks its position the second it throws, and then it just stays there. Probably a real AI, I'd want it to kind of, change its target. Okay. All right. Well, that's good. Like, I don't really like these being hard coded, but I think I'll just leave it for now because we have other stuff we need to do. And I don't really mind leaving the like graphical stuff being a little bit like quote hacky because it doesn't really affect any other part of the game. So if we have to change it, it's not going to add a ton of bugs. Okay, so for the fire, let's see, I'm trying to think what would be the best way to do it. It might be best if it's just like a billboard texture or a few billboard textures that's attached to the top of the potato. Because I don't think I can do or should do particles because they won't really look that toony. Unless well, I guess I could always just like attach. Maybe that would be nice, actually. I can just like do a circular sprite and for each particle. I mean, they won't really blend together. Let's see. Let's get rid of all that stuff. Yeah, I can tune shade particles. I don't know, would they blend together to look like that though? I'm not sure. I haven't really experimented with tune shading particles, but because I think it might just look kind of like a bunch of disconnected circles. Which, I mean, might not look too bad, but yeah, because I like how these look. I think this is the final version, which does look good, but I don't think it really matches the art style. Something like this might be nice. Which this kind of looks like just something like what's it called? Voronoi noise. Maybe smoke rather than fire, or a shader that flashes red or colors. Yeah, we might experiment with that kind of thing too. Oops, I didn't mean to leave this running. Sorry if you can hear hammering. They're doing some more construction, but okay. All right, well that's good. Cat hair in my face. All right, let's go. Here, I guess let's shrink this character so it matches the size in the game. Alright, so yeah, I think we're just gonna have to play with it to see what looks best. Not that, actually. Okay, so yeah, this will be the fire mesh. Actually, I think kind of what I think I'll do is I'll put like 3 on the potato. Okay, I guess I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, but I'm thinking I'll put 3 on it, and then they'll be a billboard texture, which means they always face the camera. Alright, well, let's get started with a Toon shader graph. Or, yeah, the Toon Fire shader graph. Okay, that's good to know. I think that smoke, or particles for smoke, might work well. Because I need to add movement to the fire when the potato is flying through the air. Might be able to do that by just deforming this fire mesh. Yeah, that might be a good idea. We'll have to just... I've never really done Toon Fire before, so we're going to be experimenting. Okay, so the main thing is we're going to combine a bunch of noises together. Alright, so yeah, I think we'll just start with 2 noises. I think one will be more like a cloud noise and the other a Voronoi noise. And then we can scroll them. Unit by distance works well for moving objects. Not sure how much particle work you've done. What are your favorite tools to play with? I have done a little bit with particles, not so much with like, you know, in Toon style, which is a little bit what I'm worried about. But yeah, we might play around with those two. I think it will work well for smoke at the very least. Just kind of looking for inspiration. Okay, so I think what this is doing is, yeah, it just samples a couple noise textures and adds them together. And then it quantizes the height of them to do like a Toon ramp. So I guess I actually do need a Toon ramp texture, don't I? So, okay. Alright, let's not worry about movement for now and just sample these 2 noise textures. I guess I have to scale it anyway. So yeah, I don't know if it's gonna make much difference. Alright. So noise A scale. I guess we can make this a vector 2 in case I have to, I want to do non-uniform scaling. And then noise A frequency. Maybe that should be a vector 2 as well, so we can do different frequencies for different axes. Okay, so we take the UVs and multiply them with a scale. Don't think I want to do anything with world space, like add in a world space. Because yeah, it shouldn't like burn, it shouldn't move faster when it's changes world space really. Although I guess that maybe would help with it flying through the air. So I don't know, that's something to keep in mind. And then I gotta multiply the frequency with the time. Okay, and then add them together. Okay, I guess technically this should be in a subgraph. Okay, so animate UVs. Oops. Oh, yeah, I didn't give it an output. So this would just output UV. Clean that up a little bit. All right, fix that. Okay, well, the reason it's black is because I need to set something like this. I guess you still can't really see it because the time is just gonna keep increasing. Okay, well, that's fine. Sample. Okay, so let's go ahead so we can kind of see what's going on in the shader graph. Yeah, I don't have any noise textures, so I think I'll just grab one from another project. We'll probably want to make custom ones, but I'll use that good old Toon noise texture that I've been using since my first tutorial. Oh, okay, I guess while I'm here, I don't have any white texture, so that was there. Okay, was it not in the Toon shader? I guess it was in the some of my grass videos. Yeah, that one. So this not sRGB and neither is white. I guess technically the white one is, so I can stay. Oh yeah, this Toon ramp. I should turn sRGB off for sure. All right. Okay, so what's going on? So it's animating, but I'm not sure why there's that theme in the middle. I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's try it on the plane and see how it looks. I should set this to be... Yeah, we will want it transparent, so I'll go ahead and do that. Let's export the noise. And it will be off a clip. So I guess it can stay opaque, actually. And two-sided. So let's move back to the potato. Give it... Oh wait, maybe let's just make a different folder for the fire. I guess the scale was so small. Okay, so we've got something going. All right, so obviously for fire, we don't want it to cut off as much at the bottom. So I think to the height map, so which is basically what we're making right now. Oops, why am I in here? We need to just add in or subtract the UV from it. Okay, so let's take that away. And so we can actually see what's happening. I'll put this to 1. Okay, so we add the red. Okay, I guess we actually yeah, we need to do the noise B scale. So right now it's gonna look a little funny. Let's see. Technically, yeah, maybe we could pack these textures all in everything into one texture, which would save memory. So maybe let's go ahead and do that. So yeah, we'll just have one noise texture, and then this will be the red, and then the red frequency. We'll still have to sample it twice, but we can save a bit on the memory. And yeah, we could even compress it to make it even more efficient. This will use green actually. Okay, yeah, so now you can see how they combine together in a cool way. Yeah, so actually that looks a lot like smoke already. Anyway, now we need to add in the UV. I guess the V coordinate. And this is so that the bottom is I guess more filled. Okay, actually, see, right now it's inverted because, yeah, UV 0 is at the bottom, so we need to do a 1 minus node here. And then we should probably let us even edit this farther by doing like a power node. Okay, so let's, what should I call this? I guess gradient strength. Set it to, oh, I think I said 2, but it made it 3. Not that it really matters. Okay. I guess the other thing I might want to do is change like the strength of both of these noises. So yeah, so I think I just need a multiplier. So noise R strength and noise green strength. And this will be sliders. Okay, so then I multiply. We could even put this into the subgraph since we're kind of copying code here, but I don't know if it's really going to help much. Okay, so let's play with this in the scene. So increase this and you can see it changes the way that looks a little bit. And then if we change the strength, starting to kind of look like fire. We need to, I guess we have to do something with the U, or the U UV as well, so that it doesn't clip to the edge. In fact, maybe we should just have like a kind of a shape mask. That way, maybe we can put in the red or the blue texture of the noise. Or the blue channel. Oops, not sample gradient. I guess it would make most sense to put it in the alpha channel. Okay, and if I'm going to use this, I guess I don't really need to do this part, now that I think about it. Okay, so right now it's gonna look kind of weird. Oh, in fact, it's invisible. Okay, so I think it's time we go back into Substance Designer and make a noise texture for this fire. Okay, so basically just need cloud noise. Oh yeah, the cloud noise I think is too fine grained. And then we have no, that's not the one I want. No. Nope. Okay, that one. Okay, so this go in red, that one in green, and then we could just do for now we could just do a circle for the mask. What's it? Cone. Okay, so this is the mask for it, and then output. Okay, I guess we'll just leave it called output. Okay, yeah, and the color doesn't really do anything at this moment. Okay, so yeah, alpha is transparency in this case. All right. So let's actually use this texture in the preview. Oops. Oh yeah, I'm using the wrong component. That looks weird. Okay. Okay, kind of starting to get something. Although, yeah, this should not. Yeah, it looks like it's flowing down. What's causing that? Okay, there we go. That was it. All right. So that's okay. Obviously, the mask is not um, perfect right now. We might still add in the UVs. Yeah, we'll have to see how it looks in the final product. Okay, so now let's quantize it by just routing this through the ramp texture. I guess I could just use the tune ramp subgraph I did. Okay, and then we'll need to color it, of course, but I think I might actually just tie that into the tune ramp. So maybe what I'll actually do is just route alpha and then just route the final color here. And so then we can color the tune ramp and that will apply the colors that we want. That doesn't seem to really do much. I think, I guess the tune ramp probably isn't the best for this. Let's see. How big is the current tune ramp? Okay, 128 pixels. Oh, yeah, I have everything selected. Oh, yeah, I had the fixed size on. Okay, I don't know why that held over. Okay, so I don't know. Let's have a sizable black part. Okay. Export the ramp. And then, okay. Turn off sRGB and set to clamp mode. Okay, well now everything is this gray. Okay, that's not too bad. Yeah, let's set, maybe move all this over a little bit. Unless, well, actually, maybe I do want some of the black to show through a little more. Anyway, I should add some color. Let's see. I don't know why there's this magenta stuff here. It's like some bugs in the GIMP. Okay, so the white part is the hottest, so it should be pretty. Oops. Desaturated. Where's the fill bucket? Okay, well. I don't know about these colors, but we'll go with it for now. Okay, that actually doesn't look too bad. I think it's maybe too desaturated for this one. Okay, now where'd they hide? Oh yeah, there's the color picker. Wait, did it change? Well, yeah, that looks a little better. So I think right now there's too much of the yellow part, but this will be better if we what I'm trying to say, if we yeah, get the mask texture better. Sorry. So yeah, it's definitely animating too quickly right now. Okay, and if I wanted to only animate up, then I could just set the X animation to be pretty slow. That actually looks pretty good. It's a little bit more like lava now, but maybe it's too slow. Okay, there's really no reason why this needs to be negative. Or actually, okay, so if it's negative, then it makes it animate upwards. So that's definitely interesting. Anyway, we're definitely getting some cool patterns here. I guess let's try to make a better mask texture. So what should happen is this center part should be mostly the white color, and then we'll have like a flame that flickers upwards. Okay, so I think we can start with this. Um, Turn off piling. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, and then something. I guess maybe we can blend these two together. See how that looks. Not quite. Okay, there's... Yeah, that won't do. Excuse me. Okay. Kind of getting there. Oh no, I don't want levels actually. Maybe I should do histogram scan after everything. Might look a little bit more natural. Okay, and yeah, I need to mask out the bottom part of this. There we go. Alright, there's a bit of a weird bulge at the bottom, but let's see how it looks. I know, yeah, it does kind of look like a imposter. Oh, hi, Agent Buttocks. How you doing? Okay, actually, it doesn't look too bad from here. Looks much more like a flame. The pattern, not the best at the moment. Let's see if we can find better values for this. Oh no. Oh, I'm about to just put -2. Okay, so when this gets really big, it removes a lot of the detail, so that's actually pretty good. You asked for watercolor shade the other day. You got an idea for me? Oh yeah, I looked at that a little more. It definitely is cool. Something I'd like to do sometime. But sure, what's your idea? So I think this is starting to look pretty much like fire. I think that I need to make the middle part stronger, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to do that because I kind of like this area to stay white. Maybe instead of doing a histogram scan, I need to do levels. Might be a little better. I'll just leave that. Okay, no, that's not what I want. Yeah, something like that. And then put that through the histogram scan. Okay, no. I think I might have to change, this might have to be something I change in the shader itself. Yeah, because right now this is kind of a mask, not necessarily kind of, I think I need to add this maybe to it. Utilizing refraction like in a water glass shader, but green space only based on a tangent. Oh, it's alright, Asian buttocks, I think I understand. Okay, yeah, I wanted to do so like screen space refraction. That'd be pretty cool. I haven't I'd have to do some research. I might look into it a little bit. I do want to do like water, and that would for sure be an aspect to it. What's the tangent? Well, you know how in meshes every vertice has like a normal vector? The tangent vector is a vector that points like along the surface of the tangent. You have a video link? Oh, sure. Feel free to post it. Automod might delete the message, but it'll still be visible to me. Okay. Let me think. Okay. I think I have it open. I'll look at it after the stream. So the tangent can be any angle as long as it's along the surface. Technically, yes, but usually in graphics programming, when we talk about a tangent vector, it's supposed to be in the same direction as like the U on a texture UV, if that makes sense. So like here, the U progresses this way along the texture, so the tangent vector should point in the same direction. But yeah, technically, in mathematics, a tangent vector is, there's an infinite number of tangent vectors, because it could be anyone that points along the surface. Green space only would boost performance for sure. Yeah, I know like Unity has been doing a lot of screen space stuff lately, so I think it would go along with that, because they have a new, I guess it's not super new now, it came out last December, but they have screen space, ambient occlusion, and then there's they're adding a new screen space shadows even, so it's definitely a good way to optimize. You're learning, but good. Yeah, if you ever work with normal maps, no, tangent vectors are pretty important there. Yeah, screen space, ambient occlusion. Yeah, it's not the best, but for the I guess for the performance, it's better than nothing. Okay, so yeah, you can kind of see this weird little divot. Here you can see there's like a crease. Let me see if I can fix that. I think I need to do a histogram scan right here. Okay. If I'm not careful, this cutoff position will be visible. Maybe no. Okay, no, I can't do additive. No, that doesn't work either. Okay, I think it was fine how it was. I just don't like this divot. I'm trying to think, what's the best way to deal with that? I think it's just going to be a fact of this implementation, but that doesn't look too bad. All right, but anyway, yeah, it's still, I need to get the center to look a little better. So maybe instead of multiplying, I add. I guess the only issue there, but then I could just set the threshold higher. Let's see. Let's see, maybe, okay. Better way, maybe if I just multiply this with a flat number before we feed it into the tune ramp. I guess we could just reuse this gradient strength. Oh, I'm doing the wrong thing. Okay. Not exactly what I want. Hmm. No, not happy with that. Okay. Let's try. Putting this apart a little more. I guess the only issue here is that now I need to make sure that these match, which probably going to be difficult to do. No. Okay, well, it kind of matches up. Okay, maybe I just need to use the same shape. And then when I stretch it out, okay, I think that might be a better way to do it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna grab. Well, I guess I shouldn't just scrap it. Let's move it down and try something else. So you have time. They made a video about a fake interior with shader graph and cube map. Yeah, I've got a lot of requests to do that interior shader type thing. So definitely something to look into. Yeah, just blend without the cutoff. Yeah, maybe that would work. Yeah, I think that does look better. Yeah, now they're kind of misaligned because there's not an easy way to change the scale. Let's see. Is there? I was gonna see if there's a way I can just reset. I guess I can do it manually. I guess I need to think, like, what am I trying to do here? I want to get, basically I want to get a circle, like a base, and then it has a plume on the top. So maybe what I should actually do is just take this circle and then move it down and then warp the top. Instead of trying to fit two together. I think I'll maybe try that. So we have a directional warp. Okay, and then the intensity, I guess I should have left around that gradient. Actually, wait, it was right the first time. Okay. So yeah, we want to warp border, turn, so straight up, and increase the intensity by a lot. Okay, I don't know. What the deal is with that. It's like just duplicating it. Why is it not warping it? Oh, I guess because it's a constant. Okay, so yeah, I can't set the contrast that high. Okay, that's kind of good. Don't really know if it's a very flame shape because flames tend to have the bigger ball and then they taper off. Maybe I can combine it with a pyramid type thing. Although I guess the tapering shape should come from the noise actually, so maybe this is fine. Okay, if I'm not careful. Something like that, because I don't want the bottom to warp. I wish I could get rid of this top bar because it makes it hard to see the entire texture. I guess I can look down here. Okay, I think that's the best one we've got so far. Okay, much simpler. So this contrast. I've got to be careful because I don't want the center part to be too bright. Hi CGDJ, how are you doing today? Thanks for coming by. I only have a few more minutes on the stream, unfortunately, but okay, so that is a little better. Pretty circular now, though. I think a lot of this is going to be just like messing with the noise and all the offsets to get something that looks right. Excuse me. Let's see. Could also, like this one is mostly white, so maybe what I should do is do a histogram scan here to maybe balance the colors a bit more. Yeah, it is pretty egg-shaped. I would like it to be more tapered, so I'll have to play with that. You just finished up a branch atlas generator that you've been working on this week. Oh, that sounds cool. Like, I mean, I know I've heard that term before, but I've been programming too much so my brain can't think of it. Okay, that is definitely better. I think maybe, yeah, see, there's just a lot of stuff to mess with. So it's kind of, this is going to take a lot of tweaking. Also, I don't even know if you can see it on stream, but The edges of the fire kind of look noisy. I think that I just need to add some anti-aliasing to it, maybe. I don't know. Really, that might not be even noticeable. Oh no, it is definitely. When you zoom out, it really pixelates. So yeah, I should see if I can fix that. It was annoying. You spent way too long trying not to get the leaves to overlap. Oh yeah, I bet so. Oh, is it something to do with like an actual tree? Like or you know, a tree model? Yeah, I think that definitely is aliasing, so see if we can fix that real quick before I have to go. Alright, so let's clean this up. Okay, so what do I want to do? Oh, aliasing. So is it like it's not from the tune ramp, is it? It's from no, there is some in the tune ramp actually. Actually, the edges. Well, no, I was gonna say the edges where there's alpha. I don't see any of the artifacts. Let's see. I guess we can also try turn off compression. Okay, that's what was it. It was this compression on the texture. Alright, yes, that looks good. Alright, so I guess I'll leave the fire for now. I think I might want to come back to it. But yeah, we can tweak that forever. It's a substance designer custom node that makes a tree branch card procedurally with some parameters. Oh, I see. Yeah, that is pretty fun to do. Actually did that relatively recently. But yeah, it does take a lot of work. Oop, I'm still in play mode. Let's see. So what did I just say I wanted to do? Oh, billboard. Okay, so all you have to do is take the object space position. I've done this before. My mind's drawing a blank. So basically, you just need to transform the object space into view space. Oh no, you treat object space as if it's view space and then transform to world space, I think. Try that anyway. The normals don't matter here, so that will be pretty easy to do. Alright. So yeah, we just pretend like the view space or the object space position is in view space. Okay, yeah, and this needs to be an object space, so I guess we actually transform it back into object space. Let's see. Oop, nope. Didn't work. Okay, well, let's see if I can find this real quick. It's supposed to be the end of the stream, but I wanted to finish this off. Focus shader, graph, billboard. Okay, so assume the starting object space is actually coordinates in view space. See what I thought. So object space multiply with scale? Okay, so I don't care about the scale really. Oh, okay. Maybe. Oh, yeah, that's what I needed to recenter with the object's center position. I think that's what that's doing. So it takes the object space, scales it, and then takes the XYZ components. So it takes away the W component. I don't know if that really matters, but then convert back to world space, where the object is located at the camera position, and then move object to the world space position. Okay. Oh, I see. So what I had to do, I just had to move it back to the the origin position for the object. I think anyway. So yeah, this is actually I could just simplify it because I don't care about the scale really. Object. Okay, so yeah, we have to convert that to world space and then add that, and then convert back to object space because the shader graph needs this to be an object space. Nope. Oh, there it is. Okay, well, something's wrong with this math, obviously. What am I? Okay, so well, let's just copy this exactly and see if it works. I'll bring this to my other monitor so I can see what's happening, and then also work. All right, so we take the position in object space, and then it just multiplies the scale, which I don't think I'm going to use the scale ever, but like I said, I'm just going to copy this exactly. And then it takes away, or it just discards the W value. Which I guess is because, yeah, it's doing a matrix multiplication. Maybe this is the reason I couldn't, like I thought I could just use a transform node to transform from view to world space, but maybe there's some, probably Unity inserts some other code into the transform node that makes that not work. Okay, and then we add in the position. Oops. Position in world space. And then we transform back to object space. This time we can use the transform node. World to object. All right. Oh. Okay, it works, but it's very big. Does it work? No, yeah, it seems to be centered in the right position, but it's like flipped. That's interesting. Okay, so could I? Oh, got disconnected. Great. Well, am I back? Oh, that's kind of awkward because I only have a couple more minutes. Okay, well, that's okay. Well, I'm back. So I don't know what you guys last saw. So I got it to work. That code I found online works, except the shader graph is flipped upside down, and it's also gigantic. So, when I change, if I move the camera closer, okay, so it works in game view, but it's weird in scene view. I guess that's okay. It's still upside down. So, I could either, I think to avoid other bugs, I could just flip the Y position. Oh, I gotta do it before we add this here. So I think do something like this, and then -1 for Y. Probably can't even see what I'm doing. And then multiply this like that. So we flipped the Y. See if that works. Okay, yeah, so the scale is messed up in scene view. Don't know if I really care. But let's see if I rotate the camera. Okay, so that does work. Yeah, because it should always face the camera no matter where it is. Kind of hard to... Yeah, so here it's still facing me. That was what I wanted to do. So probably... Oh, except... It's not working like that. Oh, the flipping messes it up. I think it's... Okay, well, that's kind of annoying. What can I do to fix that? Oops. I guess I could just flip the UV. That seems kind of hackish, but... Okay, so I use UVs. Yeah, so every time I sample the UVs. Okay, well, yeah, that's probably what I'll have to do, but I need to go. So just keep that in mind if you use this billboard. For some reason, the Y is flipped. I'm not really sure why that... Oh, I bet it has... Oh, actually, I know exactly why it happens. Actually, wait, no. I was gonna say it's because Blender flips the axes around, but this isn't a Blender model, so... although, okay, we do rotate here. Maybe that has something to do with it. Probably, okay. Probably what I should do is just make a new model where I don't have to apply any rotations to it. Maybe I'll try that. But anyway. Thanks everybody for coming by today. I really appreciate it. I'll be back. Oh, did I disconnect again? No, I think I'm okay. Yeah, you too, Sprite Crater. I hope you all have a great day. Yeah, Twitch just told me my bitrate was bad, but I think I'm okay. But I'll be back tomorrow. I hope that we'll finish up this potato stuff and then we can do some work on the scenery. So I'm thinking maybe, I'm not exactly sure what it'll look like. Maybe like a farm scene, but it needs to be some kind of something whimsical since it has flaming potatoes. But anyway, I'll see you all tomorrow and I hope you have a great day. If you enjoyed the stream, I'll put some links in chat so you can connect with me on other social media. Yeah, I have like a YouTube channel. Excuse me. I have a YouTube channel where I do game development tutorials. But I think that's it. So, yeah, have a great day and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.